All right, still working on the bug today. Today we're going to go over cost-effective solutions for making your own carpet kit. Now, J-Bugs, I buy a lot of parts from them. They're a great source. They sell a carpet kit that has all the parts and pieces for $237. That's as of the recording of this video. I've had this car since 1989, and I have since replaced the carpet once before, but I didn't do it at an auto dealer. I went to the hardware store and I bought some indoor-outdoor carpeting. That was probably 20 years ago. And here you can see it's just standard indoor-outdoor carpeting, and I cut it into the right shape. Well, it's getting kind of worn out, and it's starting to bunch up under the gas pedal and whatnot. So it's not that it's unsafe, it's just it's unsightly. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade this today. I probably did the upgrade or that replacement maybe 20 years ago. And I bought this car from my sister-in-law, who was the original owner. I bought it from her in 1989. And it's not exactly our daily driver, but we drive it a lot. It's not just a parking kind of classic car. It wasn't even a classic car when we bought it. It was only 10 years old. So I guess that makes me a classic. Anyway, today we're going to try to replace this carpet with something from the hardware store as well. Now, shooting for being under $237, here's my solution today. This is even an upgrade. It's got rubber on the back, so it's way better than the previous. Here's the old stuff. The new stuff is like this. This was $20 at Home Depot. So we're going to lay this out and see if how much of this we can get cut out of this one mat, and go ahead and recarpet the Volkswagen today. Let's get started. All right, so when you buy the custom kit at the auto parts store, it's a single piece that covers the entire front of the car. In this case, what I did was I found places where you could find real obvious joints and unions where it wasn't going to show if you had a joint. And so what I did here is I made a separate piece for the center, and then individual pieces that went in to the passenger and the driver's side. So this piece sits down flat like this, and then the other pieces fold up underneath it. So the idea is that, because the pattern of the carpet and everything, you won't be able to see that union just at a glance. And you don't have to worry about folding everything up funny and everything. So we're going to leave this centerpiece in place. And as far as the pattern that we're going to make, we just have to keep in mind that this is a joint right here. And we have a little bit of overlap, but we don't need to go all the way up. So there's a little bit of play that we can give back in the carpeting when we cut our patterns. So that's the plan anyway. So laying out the old carpet onto our new mat. This is actually it's a mat with the rubber mat on it. You can see we can't quite fit quite the same distance. But again, this is where that joint was. So I mean, just taking a little bit of rubber here and flapping it up, that'll give us enough of a joint that we'll need. And I think it'll look seamless. And we'll do the same thing on both sides so that they match. And so that right there that you see sticking up, that is the portion of the center column that went up on the passenger side. And this is the driver's side over here. So I think that this should be good enough. I think we'll get everything to match out on this. Trying to get it so where we can probably use some of this rubber. This is the top part that goes in the passenger's foot. So that'll be a nice place for that to be set. We'll have these rubber pieces. These rubber pieces here will be on that union. And everything else will be cut custom. These little triangle pieces go underneath the seat. The pedestal for the seat, when you wrap it around, it does something like this. So that's what these funky designs are for. So we'll get those cut out. There's a little bit of overlap right there, but I'm not too concerned about that. We'll just lose 1 little inch. And that will cost us all of $20, and we'll have this project done pretty easily. I did need to get a little bit of contact cement in places where we need to train it. We'll be able to just throw a little contact cement in there and make it work. So let's get these cut up and see what they look like. All right, there's my pattern all lined up. When I traced out the patterns, I just used a little bit of sidewalk chalk. The idea behind this sidewalk or this chalk line is it's the outside of the pattern. So I'm going to cut on the inside so there won't be any residue anyway. But even if there was a little chalk left over, it's chalk. You can vacuum it up. So let's go ahead and get these cut out and see what they look like when we start laying them in place. Got this material. I'm going to be using a pair of shop scissors. These are just some good heavy-duty scissors. A quick little chop knife. These are little razor blade skill knives. Anyway, for the straight lines, we can pretty much just drag a razor through it. For the really detailed stuff, we're gonna get the scissors in there to manipulate that. All right, getting busy. It's a two-hand job. Here we go. Nothing but razor blade. That did the number. All right, let's lay these in place and see what they look like. All right, there's the passenger side in place. It matches pretty well. I like that little rubber strip up there, actually. And everything tracks. It's all good. Here's the pedestal. You see a little triangle that gets made by where the pedestal is. That worked perfect. Well, there you go. Let's go ahead and throw the driver's side in now. All right, that looks pretty good too. Tracks nice. I'm going to put a little bit of contact cement on the back of this. This is that centerpiece. Also, I got needed some contact cement up here, some of these little trim pieces. We'll dress that up real good. All right. There you go, $20 solution. I think that is excellent. It looks great. That'll last me another 20 years. It's $1 per year. Who could complain about that price? All right, so that's all I got for you today on the carpeting of a 1979 Volkswagen Beetle convertible. Cheers. Bonus value add doormat.